Welcome, friends, to Season 2 of Cooking with Miss Casey. Today, because we will be reading If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, we want to make chocolate chip cookies. I think you're going to enjoy them. They should be quite tasty. If you remember my show from last season, I always like to begin with the flag salute. So I'm going to get my flag holder to help me out. Okay, are you ready? Now we always put our right hand over our heart. Not a left hand, a right hand. Over your heart, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, flag holder. Okay, so as I said, we're gonna make chocolate chip cookies, but we always start with our most important tool in the kitchen. Does anybody know what that is? 2 clean hands. So come on over to my sink. We're gonna wash our hands, then we're gonna get started. All right, so warm water, not hot, don't get hurt. And soap, doesn't count if you don't use soap. All right, so patty cake, baker's man, bake me a cookie as fast as you can. Stir it, mix it, mark it with a C, put it in the oven, and then we'll have cookies. It was about 20 seconds. You always want to wash for a good 20 seconds. Get nice and dried off. Okay. Now, let's see what we need to make cookies. Normally, if I was making cookies, I would start from scratch. That's where you get all the ingredients yourself. Flour, sugar, baking soda. That's what makes it rise. You don't want your cookies flat. You want them to rise. Salt. Salt just gives it flavor. It sounds silly to have salt in something sweet, but you need that little bit of something and it brings out all the other flavors. Sugar, eggs, butter. So this mix tells me that I need to have a 1/2 cup or 1 stick of butter. What do you know, it's all I had left. And 1 egg along with the mix. So let's put this in the bowl. Mix it up. Come on open. Ooh, looks like it's got a lot of nice chips in there. We need to get our butter in there. Now, sometimes when you're working with butter, you want it hard. Sometimes you want it soft. For this, because we're just mixing it in, we want it soft. If you have it too soft, then your cookies will get kind of flat. So it's got to be room temperature. Now it's not all that easy. Sometimes it's a little hard to mix. That's why I got out my hand mixer, as opposed to the big guns over there, my KitchenAid. So I don't think we'll need that today. This isn't a real big batch of cookies. But boy, if it's Christmas time, you need that KitchenAid. All right, so there's our butter. Here's our egg. Note the 1 hand. All right. Now, normally I would put my eggshells in the compost, but I don't have it out right now, so I'm just going to put it in the sink. And because egg, you can get very sick from raw egg, I'm going to wash my hands again because I got a little bit on there. So I'm washing them one more time, just to make sure we don't want anybody getting sick, i.e. me. And while I'm talking about eggs, let me tell you, you do not want to eat the cookie dough raw because you have raw egg in it and you could get sick. We don't want anyone to get sick. So I'm going to start with the hand mixer. I have a nice deep bowl so that it doesn't get all over. We're using a nice deep bowl. And I don't want it too high. If you mix it too high, again, it'll make like a tough cookie. And who wants a tough cookie? Not me. You, maybe. Me, not so much. We're gonna go 1 more, so that's at number 2 out of 5. And you know what? Miss Casey is right-handed, so I'm gonna switch hands. It's starting to come together. Takes a little while. I'm not sure if you can see that because I'm doing it the opposite way. It's starting to come together. It's not going to be wet. It's not a cookie batter. I mean, it's not a cake batter. It's cookies. Cookies are a little bit drier. All right, I don't think I can get too much more done with this mixer because it's just pulling it apart. I'm going to show you. Hold on. Never take the mixer out while it's running. Always keep it in the bowl. Otherwise you'll have cookie all over and your mother will not be happy, or nor will your teacher. All right, so you see how it's in crumbs? So now we're going to take, this one's a little stiffer. I'm going to use this. We're going to try and get it all mixed together so it forms like a ball. Don't know if we're going to get a ball out of this, but we're going to find out. It's got to be all together. We don't want crumbs on the side. That's the important thing. We're just going to keep working it. And let's see. We don't want to see any bits of that butter. We want that all incorporated, mixed in. That means mixed in. We want that mixed in. Keep working it. Oh, I can still see a few little bits. Okay. Now, like I said, if you were making this at home, you'd get all the ingredients and do it yourself. But, we're in school and we got to make it just a little bit easier. Otherwise, Miss Casey's going to have bags of flour and bags of sugar and all these things all over the kitchen. And we don't need that. See how it's come together? See how it's all like one piece as opposed to little pieces? That's exactly what we want. Okay. So now we need to put it on our pan. I have this pan lined with parchment paper. You may have seen me use it at school, or sometimes we use it at school to line things, maybe when we're doing arts and crafts. So we get our teaspoon, nice rounded teaspoon, and drop it on. Let me get this out of the way so you can see. Move some things around. Okay. Being short, having a little bit of a time of it. All right. And we're going to put 12 on our pan. Now, you see how I'm not flattening the cookie, how I want it to stand up like that? If you do that, then your cookies don't get so flat. They'll have nice rounded cookies. And that's what we want. That's what I want. Some people may like the flat cookie. But, when it's chocolate chips, hey, you want to bite into that, you want to get that melted chocolate if it's nice and hot, And the beautiful thing about doing this with our hands, because my hands are clean, I wouldn't recommend doing this with dirty hands. Ugh, that'd be nasty. Is if you don't have quite enough, you can add a little more. If it's too small, if it's too big, it takes them away. All right, we're going to do a dozen. Do you know how many a dozen is? A dozen is 12. So let's see, that's 11. One more. Okay, let's see, almost there. All right, here's 12. Now, let's see, I didn't throw it away for a reason. I need to know what temperature to cook it at. I need to know how long to cook it. So according to this package, because I'm using a non-stick pan, it says I need to cook this at 350 degrees for 12 minutes. So I'm going to turn my oven on. We're going to bake at 350. I'm going to put it in the oven. Okay. Get that in there. And I would set a timer for 12 minutes, but I happen to know a magic word that's going to make this cook in no time. Do you want to guess what it is? Abracadabra. No, you know why? Because that's for the freezer. This is an oven. So the magic word is alakazam. See if it worked. Now, when you're sticking your hands in a hot oven, mitts. You've got to have mitts. Otherwise you will get burnt. Not a good thing. Okay, let's see. Oh, do those look good. Ooh, I wish you could smell it. Oh, boy. Oh, don't they look great? I hope you enjoyed watching me today. Now you and your teachers are going to be able to make this. I'll bake it for you, don't worry. I hope you enjoyed my show. Next week we'll make something else that's delicious too. Have a good time, friends. Bye-bye.